Hi folks, so more friendly open action is about to start tomorrow with season 15, and in the meantime I can show you one last video from season 14. This is from event 4 and it's the decisive game. Let's just click play here. Recording of the decisive game between Marcel, Arias and me. So it's the fourth round of Swiss, and it's not actually the final, so there's still 3 undefeated players, but the other undefeated player ended up losing this one, so the winner of this game ends up being the champion. And as you can see, we have Baratheon against the Greyjoy Dragon. Yeah, Baratheon, one of the decks I was considering taking to Stalek, ended up not doing so, which I wonder if it was the right decision. I played poorly with Assault, but I think Assault was solid enough. But this deck I do love, and it has my staple here, King's Landing. It's a little dodgy setup. King's Landing takes up most of it, and then I can just do the Iron Throne or the Shadow Priestess in Shadows. So it's gonna be slow. Yeah, if I marshal the Iron Throne, it potentially gets me the card as well for a King's Landing trigger, so opting for the Shadows. And we have an unprotected Euron. Still not worried about March, fair enough. But okay, as long as there's just one character, it's easier to control. I have Melisandre in hand to kneel him as well. Problem is going to be when inevitably Banner Dragon provides the Kingsguard for him. I have Delena as well, so maybe I can control him. But it's gonna be dodgy because I don't have any Chuds, so with the gates opening, okay, I can get Gates of the Moon. I wonder how much board presence I'll be able to get. If Euron does military, then I could be a little bit exposed, right? And surprisingly, it's here to serve. I'm not entirely sure what that's looking for. Just curve in or what? Unusual opening. Coleman, okay. Think that protects against some stuff like an round 1 Morgulis or something. It doesn't do anything against March, but okay. Coleman, I do have the milk. She could move. Tricky though to have him still there in the dominance phase standing. Do for King's Landing to protect from We Do Not Sow, that's very nice. And yeah, I don't have enough gold to work with really to do Melisandre and another character, that's the thing, so I'm gonna to have to just have a bad round, I feel. Maybe the play is just to play Iron Throne and see what other card I get. Well, she can come in duped, but then I'm not 100% convinced that March to the Wall isn't the thing here. Yeah, it's not the best. So I can have Delena and whatever she finds, a bastard in hiding. Yeah, thinking about nothing at all. Then saving gold for Shadow Priestess and a Scene in Flames. Had to do it here though because he's clearly going to be Voltron and can have an attachment pretty soon, so 9 reserves, so cards I'm going to waste, and I do have more econ now for next round, so you can start playing. Just need to not get Euron stealing locations and We Do Not Sow and whatever. I have Scene in Flames. Stop a little bit of that. There we are. Couldn't stop him at all. So I think now we just check, right? Check what the threat is and go from there. Hope we don't get red keep pillaged or something. Oh, okay. There is a we do not sow. There is a save. Low on characters, unless the giant's not doing anything obvious, and then Seal of the Hand. Another problem, but since he has Queensguard already, I wonder if it's that big of a deal. Could go on Eric though, yeah. And yeah, it can be used to counter Delena a little bit, just used in marshalling if I do Melisandre. I think I have to protect my locations here. Can try to do intrigue as well. Will cost Marcel a card to stand Euron. He doesn't have insight, so it is costly. He could throw out less to the giants. I don't know what that's. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure there is annoying stuff, and could be some Jacan Hagar later in the game to mess with me. Hopefully, I'll have the goal to play that Bagging Brother. And we lose Imri. That's not the worst thing, because worst thing would be location, of course, for Euron to just take stuff. Yeah, milk, okay. Could have been useful. And Eric's going to be spent because there's a Seal of the Hand he can take. And the Queensguard and Seal of the Hand stuff gets around Robert as well, so that's not gonna be nice. Losing on the board state, losing on the power. There is some card advantage though, at least. And now we play Econ and see what happens. Ah, there goes my card advantage. $14 gold I get this round. Marcel goes first. Slightly questionable decision. Has Intimidate. And I guess he hasn't seen my restricted card yet, so there's some chance it could be Red Priest. That's my third choice in this deck. Behind Exchange and Traitor. So Eric gets his seal. He will stand before I pass to challenges, I think, if I marshal Delena, so... Okay. So we have to Harris. It's either Melisandre or Robert, and then we have to do Harris at some point and play the other one later, right? They are both potentially duped, which is nice. There goes Eric. Melisandre and a half-loaded Bagging Brother. Or if I use the reducer, a fully loaded Bagging Brother. Now it's gonna cost Marcel another card to stand before challenges. Ah, cost him Sunday. Okay. Yeah, I have the goal. I'm surprised I'm not looking at the Bagging Brother. Maybe I was thinking that I'm going to have to do Harris pretty early in this one. Gold going to waste here. Yeah, it doesn't. Bagging Brother doesn't survive the Harris with Melisandre and Delena, and they're absolutely essential. Okay, one we do not sow, we got rid of, so it's unlikely there's another one. Still isn't hitting my locations. Euron doesn't go into a challenge. Maybe he'll do power. Okay, Robert not going to be duped at this point, but whatever. And this one I can oppose. Still nothing. And misses again. 9 power, oof, okay. Wasn't even looking at that. Of course, it's 2 characters with renown. Yeah, I can take dominance. Power challenge isn't making too much sense here with Late Summer Fist revealed, so... Well, he can keep all the power if I do Harris. He's just going to lose me Sunday and Coleman. Doesn't have that much econ, so if he doesn't have an econ plot, maybe not that much stuff is coming out. Maybe that's wishful thinking though. Now there's quite a few cards I don't know after coppers. There's still a reason that much I can remember. Can we delay it one more round? I don't think so, otherwise I would have Marcel definitely. Just go for it. Oof. That's brave. Have to go for it. Ooh, and it's into March. That's not too bad. That forces Marcel to go first again. For me it's the same, but for him it's not. I'd have to march... Ooh, okay. Oh, we have exchange, we don't have the Harris. So I did delay. That's pretty brave. I don't know if I can survive this. It's 9 power and there's 2 characters with renown and one can do 3 challenges. What am I going to get here that helps me survive the round? Thought for sure I'm going to play the Harris. So there was March to the Wall. That plan early Melisandre would have backfired spectacularly. And this is not the best. Don't have a Chud that survives to Harris. So should I play the Red Keep to try to find another card? I could play Bastard of Nightsong and do a power to survive a little bit. Milk still available. And no Melisandre nil. 2 gold, I guess, for emergency saving the kingdom. Can't believe I played exchange here. Not even Grand Melee. Okay. Works on attack, so he's not going to cause problems. I can spend my gold earlier, I guess. And what is that? Nothing much, right? On Euron. Card in Shadows. Could be another Queensguard. Sweet Sleep was available, yeah. That would have been better than the milk, honestly, to get rid of Euron's stand. So One option I have is to do a big power challenge, try to trigger Bastard Night Song, take some power on my faction card, have 3, and then I play Set Honor Deeds for massive draw, and he doesn't have power claim, conceding a bunch of unopposed from that though. Still hasn't found a way to get around Delena though, so if he spends Euron here, it's the only way to successfully defend. I think I'm only getting 2 unopposed back, right? But he's 2 renown on defense, that's 11 unopposed power. Yeah, I think I can survive it with Set Honor Deeds, assuming there's no Hand's Judgment. He does fully defend. He actually puts an extra defender in. Just looking at what triggers will happen. I don't think anything will happen. He just wins on defense, right? This time there is a gate, but he's milked, fortunately. I can get rid of Coleman, so now that he's over defended, I think I'm okay. Wonder if that was the right play from Marcel. I think he could have maybe finished on higher than 10 if he just left it and left the characters, but I'm not sure. So yeah, before the faction card, before the standing phase, near the faction card for this. Let's see what else we get. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Queen's Guard on Coleman. Okay, that's just gonna be triggered, right, to get rid of the milk. And now that I have top decked or drew Sweet Slip, that works out fine. So I can get rid of the stand from Euron. The Lena's milk, that's more of an issue, but 2 Sweet Slips, imagine that on Euron and Eric. That was such a good draw. And surely now, no Harris, or do we play around a bit more before we pull the trigger? Okay, so he's played a plot with no econ pretty much, so nothing much is gonna come in. I should have a good round here. And now there's no reason to keep Delena, right? She's milked, so whatever. Just keep the Bastard Night Song, he's a good character. He needs to use Seal of the Hand. Otherwise, a Sweet Slip. Or I use Silisi. Then it doesn't matter if he stands in advance. So there's another Queensguard that's gone to hand, right? There we are. He's not gonna stand. Now I think the gate. See what we get. No? The other. Okay. Yeah, that was the best draw I could have got. There's 2 Sweet Slips in the deck. It's the version that doesn't have traitors, so it has some extra spots for attachments because it plays exchange. To be fair, traitor would have been decent enough on these Voltrons. Then you need maybe Storm's End as well to take advantage of that. And I've actually got another Delena if I want her, which is really nice. Now there's no stand in the challenger's phase that I can see. She does bring another Chad in. Robert, maybe. No Melisandre Neil. I could play Begging Brother. Could play Red Keep as well. Yeah, Silisi to kneel the 2. So I guess not using Seal of the Hand wouldn't have made that much difference in hindsight, because I was gonna do this anyway. Yeah, it would have been nice next round, right? When there's more stuff standing and then you just do this, but now had to spend her. But Eric's not standing anymore, is he? And yeah, Rolor Infiltrator would have been much more efficient to just need Euron. Then whatever, you can deal with Gregor. I have more and more econ, so if I play a Grand Melee or whatever, I'm gonna have to more cards to work with. But still can't spam the chuds because there aren't any. But the score is gonna get closer. Okay, Queensguard is nice. 2 characters are sweet slipped, so I don't know where it's going, where it would have gone. I guess there's something else coming in, right, with the plot. What could that be? I assume he's playing the armor, so does he have 2 targets for the armor? He's gonna play Victarion now. This I could have maybe played out another card so that I'm not over reserve, just a double dupe King's Landing or something. Let's see. If it's Victarion, then Delena will make a difference. It's another Meister Column. Oh, okay. So he needs to be knelt, right? It's good job that Queensguard is gone, because it could stand him in dominance. Now I can use the saving the kingdom on him and I should be fine, I think. Yeah, Grand Melee or another exchange either works. Grand Melee is better initiative. So just wondering if nice. If this type of deck that clearly has a Voltron in mind, you could ever play with, let's say, Victarion and Euron, and then whichever you get first, you just Voltron. If you want to do the armor, you can play the other one, but okay. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes you don't see both anyway. Not sure I've ever seen that. I think most decks will just commit, right? Is there a third Queensguard? Might be the black market merchant that searches for attachments. And here's where Silisi would have been nice, right? Let's get them all. I do have Grand Melee, so they will struggle to do challenges. And now I did draw the Chad to kneel Euron, the Tricon, and then the rest will have more trouble. I don't remember exactly what happens for the rest of this game, but I do have that bad feeling that I'm going to embarrass myself with forgetting my own Grand Melee at some point here. I think Red Keep drawing 2 will be better. You need to play a lot to remember again not to do that. That's the thing. Eventually, unless you're a guy who never makes mistakes like Alex or someone, you have to play a lot, and eventually you will stop forgetting Grand Melee, or it will happen very rarely, and for opponents it will happen quite regularly, honestly. I mean, everyone forgets. Have Storm's End. for the late game, which is really nice. I think should have another good round to pull it closer together. Depends though what's in shadows. Can control absolutely everything here. But the thing is, the Chads and their challenges don't hurt me as much. I think intrigue and power, right? Oh, he's going to do stuff first. Fair enough. So if I defend this, I have two characters for intrigue, and power works alone just with the red keep, does it? Yeah, you can increase the strength to win this. I don't think I should let that happen. Are they going to do power? Just thinking if I should pre-kneel Coleman with saving the kingdom, but since there's still stuff in shadows, maybe just wait. Ah, okay. Oh, Nefarious Acolyte was in hand, right? Way back in round 1 when I checked with Sin in Flames. I have to Sin in Flames saving the kingdom him when he comes. Otherwise he is gonna win this challenge. Oh, I can cancel him. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's a nice trick. I did that myself a while back in a game that honestly wasn't going that well. But okay, something went wrong here. But yeah, I got around my own grand melee. I made one of those attacks where it looks like I messed up and forgot, and then suddenly Nefarious Acolyte blanked my own plot to win the challenge. But I think if you start doing that, it's not the most efficient thing in the world. Yeah, I was gonna cancel this. 3, okay, so it's already paid. 2 for Shadow and 1 for... yeah, 1 for his ability. I think we cancel. So that's going to fizzle the challenge. Okay, after all of this, I shouldn't really forget Grand Melee, right? And there is a card in Shadows, so that's potential insight for the Acolyte. Storms and Dup, okay. Ooh, Horn of Winter. And he can do it himself because there is a red keep. But if there's 2 defenders, they can successfully defend. I'd have to use Saving the Kingdom. Now 2 defenders. Gonna take the lead. And after all of the effort to keep Meister Coleman standing, I can still kneel him. and the red keep, right? That is the third Queen's Guard. Well, so I guess in hindsight the better play was to saving the kingdom, Nefarious Acolyte, and then just keep begging brother for Coleman, because now he will remove the Sweet Sleep, right? And Euron gets all of his attachments back. Can't stop it. On the plus side, have another Delena in hand. Where does Sweet Sleep go? Gregorn, okay. Coleman will be knelt now, surely, right? Yeah, from saving the kingdom. He has Queensguard, but there's still no insight, and Marcel is down to one card. Okay, so one Storm's End can go. What's the other card? Do we need the privileged position? I guess if some kind of gifts for the widow happens, is that legal? Where are we in the restricted list progression here? Is that podded with Queensguard? Then it would not be in the deck, right? I could keep it for a reason. I just checked my plots. Was there, for those that were able to see, was there trade routes? I have close call and another exchange, right? I don't have trade routes. Otherwise, you can go first into Morgulis and you have breach position for Risen. Risen hasn't been spent yet, right? So that has to be the last card in hand. He can trigger close call first, so Silisi stays dead. Game could still go 2 rounds though for me to get the close call back. Yeah, it will, because he's losing 3 power from Eric. Euron's gonna be all alone now with 1000 Queen's Guards. If he can win a challenge big, then he gets Friedman back. Perfect. Think we do another draw. Okay, he'll come in duped at some point as well. Could come in duped now and with the Lena, but I think, yeah, the nil. Actually, did he get seal? Yeah, so that's kind of worthless, never mind. Can nil him again. I'm gonna put the Lena in anyway, so may as well have played Robert. No more characters for her. And it's now the time for this. Think I could have made better choices, but okay. He's not duped. He can't stand unless there's a nightmare, so he could pass if he wants to defend military, but there is a Friedman, right? So he can win a challenge easily enough by 5, and Friedman comes in to absorb military claim. Or actually no, I could change that to power and then lose by less than 5 and then Infiltrator does military back, so yeah, he can't do anything. If he tries to defend himself at any point, then military is unopposed. Yeah, Sweet Slips won this game, I think, and the fact that Marcel didn't get a better position ahead of Morgulis, had one save. He at least had Eric here still. With some, well, actually he was knelt all the time, wasn't he? I don't know what he could have had. Something better coming in with that prince. Question is, do we Storm's End or not? I guess not. We wanna get rid of the resources from hand. Although, yeah, we're not actually winning dominance, that's the thing. Otherwise I could have done power and dominance, then the Infiltrator trigger to just win, but he's actually too big. And at this point it's not worth it. Don't know the last bloods, but I think we keep the Infiltrator. Don't want to give him Climb Soak because he's clearly struggling with that a little bit. Alright. Yes. Down to 17 cards left in the deck, so I've drawn pretty well in this game. It's only round 6. That's what you get with a good set Downer Deeds and King's Landing online, and then a little bit of Red Keep as well. Ooh, Ghosts of Harrenhal. Jesus, okay. Exchange as more draw. I was not expecting that. I could have yeah, I could have randomly put a reducer on top or something. Acolyte of the Flame, and then this wouldn't have gone so well, but now I have Bastard Nightsong. I wonder if Marcel set this up, because it seems like he could have had Eric, right? Ghosts of Harrenhal. That, in hindsight, makes actually perfect sense. If you have the prince that was promised and then the character is exposed, you just play ghosts and it's not killable. I cannot lose this in a million years. Only if I draw my entire deck, but I'm gonna close here. For good measure, got a Renowned Body as well, and the Bastard of Nightsong, so Marcel concedes. Wasn't looking good when I checked early on and it was 9-0. Not sure what I'm still checking and calculating here, but yeah. Turns out, as I said at the beginning, that there is no final because the other undefeated player lost in round 4. Was paired against someone who had lost before, but that's how it goes. And we win another friendly open event, rather surprisingly. But then the 50-50 call went against this deck, which I slightly regret. I was also testing the version that I had played more in the past with Traitor as the restricted card, which is, I mean, there's a huge opportunity cost. You lose exchange, so it doesn't draw as amazingly. Has more control though, Traitors on characters and Storm's End. But how do you compensate, right? For the lack of exchange, you have to play Time of Plenty, I guess. You get the option to play 2 Grand Melees, which I've done in the past as well. It's I'm not sure about it now, and in the end I just the deck that I was considering at the final stages was basically a mix of the two with some of my tricks. going all in on storms, and then one grand melee is still there, but exchange from the idea that I basically stole from Alex that he played in the online worlds this year. So yeah, more friendly open to come starting tomorrow as I record this. So thank you for watching, and hopefully we record some more for you in the rest of December, I guess. And not sure if friendly open will go into the new year. I think we'll run out of time for 5 events, so possibly. So see you then.